Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much for coming back after lunch. And I'm Atikur Rahman Borobiya from Assam. I'm not an advocate, addressing the advocate. So there is a fear factor involved here. Anyway, I will overcome this. And I had prepared a PowerPoint presentation. Unfortunately, this is not connecting. Once this is connect, and we'll go through this if possible. Or I'll leave the handouts here that can be shared with. Actually, after coming here, the modalities of the presentation which had been I have made some changes. Sir, we thought that originally when we come from Guwahati, we had an assumption that it is an orientation program of advocate. So our presentation, all of us had made some sort of technical presentation. But after coming here, I can guess that this is not required at all. All of you are technically 100% qualified. We don't need to give you any inputs on NRC, NPR, or SCA, because all of you are aware persons and you know more than us also in some context. Some touching I will make, and we have changed the presentation in that manner. So I will start with the role of advocates with a story started yesterday. Yesterday while we were coming, my colleague next person who will make a presentation before you, Mr. Advocate Tapadar. So he was asking me a question. It is addressed to advocates only. He was asking me a question yesterday that, Atik bhai, why do I need to go to politics? People are asking me to go to politics. I am a successful advocate, highly successful advocate. I am earning name and fame. Why should I go to politics? So I told that yes, you have to go to politics. Because as advocate, our freedom study history, you see the advocates played the main role there. Most of the advocates know the victims very well, and oppressor, both the oppressor and oppressed, both the history advocates knows. So if they are in the realm of affairs, they can help people much better than commoners like us. So you should come to politics. The relevance came again today morning. We know NRC in Assam is over, and more or less we have owned the game. The Assam, we have owned the game. The target was to delete 80 lakhs, 50 to 80 lakhs Muslims' name from the NRC. That was the original target design, hidden agenda. Ultimately ended up in deletion of 15 lakhs Hindu names. So we are an owner on that context. In that sense, it has happened. That has happened. That was the target. Before started, I told beginning that please, I request you the live link to be cut and nothing to be recorded, because what I am told to discuss about the role played by different organizations, individuals, etc. Many of the things are behind the curtain, of the record, strategies, etc. that should not be known to the people. So live link to be cut. If anyone is recording, you can record it for your use, but not for sharing and other things, etc. That is the thing, because I will be going to, but time is very short, so, but I will be going to discuss some strategies or stories which can be linked with the present context in Karnataka, across India. Some of the things can be linked. So some of the stories we have passed through, some stories we cannot share with others. But since this group is a homogeneous group of ours, so I am sharing this thing with your permission. The second sharing, this is again a disclosed sharing, it need not be shared with anyone. Today morning only I come to know, Mr. Tapadar, he told, that what is the role, how big, important the role of advocate can be, you can imagine from this story also. Assam, we own the game. Today he told that, Atik bhai, I am getting fanatic calls from Saudi Arabia that around 1,000 people who happen to be from Assam, they did not bother to apply for NRC. They did not bother. They formed an Assam association now in Saudi Arabia, entire Gulf countries. They did not bother to apply for NRC in Assam because they had flats in Mumbai, Bangalore, etc. They thought that we will never go back to Assam. Then what, Geo? Now they are facing the music. Now they are facing the music. All the things over. Either they have to go to the tribunal. They cannot purchase any property in Assam. They cannot, if they now come to purchase in property in Bangalore, they cannot do this. Because ultimately the instruction has already gone from the Home Ministry. Anybody is there, there has to be a linkage, NRC linkage has to be shown. So I am telling you this story because this is an advocate who has known this first. They would not have told us this. They told it to Mr. Tapadar only. So you are the persons who are privy to many information which we don't have. If you take this information in a sensitive manner, in a community-oriented manner, instead of a case-client relationship, you can do a lot. So this is the second thing. This is a sharing I am making, the experience I am making. Then again, in case of Tapadar, the biggest cases fought in Assam, in Supreme Court, 500,000 ladies' names were deleted. But it was almost deleted, 500,000, because they could not establish their father linkages, early marriage, child marriage, all those took place. And unfortunately in India, or fortunately, a lady, anyone can prove his linkage from the admit card of class 10. Either before admit card or land record, minor's name is not there in the land record, and if you want to establish your linkage with your father, the only simple document available is your admit card of class 10, where son of or daughter of is written. And all those poor women, they were married before class 10, illiterate, so they did not have any relationship. They did not have the voter name in the voter list. 500,000, 50 lakhs, that was the figure. So it is the Mr. Tapadar, which is Mr. Badruddin Ajmal, who took up the case. Tapadar found out the single victim. He visualized that if I take the victim's case as a victim there, he will tell elaborately, he is the advocate concerned there. I'm just referring the case. It is Mr. Tapadar, he will be enlightening you on this thing. So this is the way how advocates can carry on the mission and do a lot for the Geo. So this gathering can take them. Then again, second example I would like to share with you is Mr. Khaddam Hussain. Just he talked here, he is an advocate. I don't know what is the case in Bangalore, but in Assam there are various Muslim groups. Muslims are divided into multiple groups. Not Shia Sunni, even other groups, Jamiat, Nadwa, Ahle Sunnat, Ahle Hadith, all those things. Then retired bureaucrats, ego, some small Geo, every groups are there. Everybody wants to get a name that I am doing something, I am also doing. But there was a need that everybody should do, and they are set by a catalyst. You will believe that Mr. Khaddam Hussain has 27,000 WhatsApp group numbers in his telephone. So he played a catalyst role of sharing the information all conflicting groups. All conflicting groups. So this is also a need. Somebody should be there, because you cannot expect that suppose this meeting is held here, Honorable Justice is there, Honorable MP is there, but you never expect that there can be other groups that, oh, they are doing this, we can do better program, we will share it, we will do like this. But there has to be someone who should find out the information of all the groups, common information which is needed, and share with all the groups, and who is believed, and ultimately that information is accepted by everyone and is treated to be authentic. Because we have, in over a period of time, we have selfie Supreme Court. We have social media trend, everybody goes to Supreme Court to take a selfie and send it back to there. But selfie does not give the full information. That I am in Supreme Court, I am fighting the case of this. Every politician go there, MLA goes with 3 persons, he gives a selfie that. But what happened to the Supreme Court, inside the court, it is Mr. Tapadar and Khaddam. Again, Tapadar does not expose himself. He remains in the 4 wall of his room, and he study and research things. Mr. Khaddam prepares a note and shares with everyone. Because what deliberation has been happened in Supreme Court, we cannot understand this easily. So they played a catalyst role. So I started with this sharing. I don't want to, this can be of use to you, though some advocates should play a role of above the groups. There are, even after going there, you may have some groups, he has not been included in the committee, I have been included in the committee, so this committee is of controlled by MP only, so we are not going to that committee. So this, but he also, that person who is annoyed with the committee, he also needs the same information. That happens. This is done. Okay. Then last person, myself. I am a person who loves the AC environment. I don't go out. I don't interact with people. I work in the background. Lavishly, I want to spend my life like this. So what can I do for the community? Because everyone has a role to play. From my example, also you can also, some of you can do this type of work. I'm a lazy person also, very lazy. I want to sleep as long as I want. No one should be able to, I don't do a job which awakes me. I do a job when it is required to be awakened. फजर की नमाज भी बाद में सुने का है तो सोता हूँ, जब तक जगना नहीं है तो नहीं जगेंगे. That's the spirit of my working. So what can I do with that? So first thing I found out is that though there are, we are being suppressed or something, but there are very much few people who are non-Muslim people who are of very use to us. So some of them definitely at the time of profession we came to know some. At what time I have started? I have not noted the time actually. Two? How much time less? 10 minutes, okay. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I found out that I have worked with him, Justice Sachar. You have already heard his name. Everyone knows Justice Sachar. I have worked with him. I am a background worker, so I worked with many people like that. So Justice Sachar. So we thought that we should, I thought that I can do. I can go to Delhi, stay in good hotel and talk to Justice Sattar. What can he do? He has done so much of thing for us in the report. In the form of his report, we are benefited. So as a person, what can he do for the state of Assam? 65,000 Indians Muslims have been declared as foreigners without hearing their case. I don't know what is advocate hearing in absence. What is that advocate term? Huh? Ex parte, okay. Ex parte is 65,000 cases are ex parte. Ex parte 65,000 cases. So he is a justice, he can do, and the amendment bill has come, all those things. So I took a team of activists. I am not an activist. So took them to Justice Sachar. So he told, show me the documents, everything is in Assamese and we could not produce. He scolded me that you come to Justice Sachar without preparation. Sir, I told her I have not come for a case to you. I have come for your sympathy. Don't scold me. Say, help us. Okay, I will go to Assam and help you. You organize workshops and So this is one thing. There are some people like Prashant Bhushan, etc. We should approach them. They should come, help us, and they are ready to this. From them, after getting scolded by Dr. Sachar, I came back to Assam and asked the people, and this is again, this may be of relevance to you. I took out a magazine called Citizen Times. I become the editor of their self-declared editor because I do whatever I want to do, I do. So I become the editor of that magazine, Citizen Times. I collected best pieces written across the media, national, international, etc. Got some pieces translated and compiled all the information available regarding the backgrounds in English. So that this document has helped a lot in taking our issue to the national media, international media. Now we are protected by UN also. UN has given. So this is an important thing. At least some piece of compiled documents, documentation type of things. We think that we know a lot of things, but when we go to someone to brief something, we don't get some papers to brief. So Justice Sachar had shown the way, and we followed this immediately. That was then one of the best piece of documents that had been done. That is a second thing that has helped us. The third thing on my contribution or involvement happened is that we need to visualize little ahead of this. I being associated with United Nations in some capacity, I am now doing some planning for 2065. What will be the education system in 2065? So that type of thinking, globally thinking on. So I am small part of that also. So I visualize things hence. I visualized, I apprehended, this has come proof in last 3 days back, this has come, I was right, 3 days back it was proved. I thought that the government authority has uploaded, the Khaddam Hussain told about legacy documents and NRC. NRC 1951 and voter lists till 1971 was uploaded in the government server to be checked by the persons and get the reference online. That was the thing done. I apprehended that I don't think government will continue to keep this uploaded and they will banish this. If something goes wrong, we will never get these references of that. I approached some people because that let us get this data back from the server to our own server. So I approached a software company, they charged me 2 crore rupees to get this data because this is involved in hacking or something like that. I talked with many people and they ultimately, now the data which is not available with government is available with me. Entire database of NRC, and it is the help of some people, I am yet to make the full payment also. That is, this software is in the cloud. They have kept it in cloud. I have a group of people organized 20 servers all over India we put on. 20 servers we have all over India put on, pull the data one by one because this was not accessible individually. Bangalore, it is there in Bangalore also. Engineers from Bangalore helped a lot. Lot of people got there. So ultimately by spending around 15 lakhs rupees, the data is there with us. So entire database is now not available with the government now because they could not pay the cloud fee. Now one college has agreed that they can keep the data in their database because I cannot afford to keep the database with me. This involves a lot of money. So somebody has agreed that okay, we will keep the database safe with us. Same database which was there in the NRC server, the NRC software company which has asked 2 crore rupees to give the data because this data is not private data, not public data, but not accessible to other than the individual public. But I thought that this data will be required for us after few years, and this is coming there. NRC 1951 data was given, 1 copy was given to police, 1 copy was given to the administration, and 1 copy was given to Jamiyat Ulama Hind. Ultimately, that Jamiyat Ulama Hind, they took it back. The government took it back. Now, Jamiyat Ulama Hind does not have any copy of NRC 1951 of Assam. So this is the thing, the 3 things which, the third point I want to make is that some of you should visualize 15 years, 20 years hence what can happen and what action we can take today for 15 years back. That is also an important thing because this is a think tank, therefore I am ushering this issue because the biggest think tank of Karnataka I believe here. So I left my presentation on that and I am sharing the information which should have been shared in the drawing room, not in this type of discussion. Then coming to the question of some, can you show this presentation? I'll skip something and just. So every individual can contribute to the cause in his or her way if the device is taken over. Next. These are this first point, legal basis of NPR, organic link between NPR and NRC. All of you are aware, I am not going to show this. This second slide I would like to show you, selected study materials for proper understanding and positioning. Then high impacts of NRC, NPR, there I have taken out some points from the important view makers, those who are supporting us. Nobel laureate, 2 Nobel laureate, N. Ram, and some other people like that, they quoted and supported the cause of the So their quoting we have taken out so that they can be of our use in future also. NRC versus NPR, that you know very well, I will not go into. Need of NRC, NPR, somebody has already discussed. So I will be in a party to go for all out for NPR and do it such a manner that everything is done at least with 99% accuracy. We cannot say that we will not participate and later nothing is going to. Shaheen Bagh has become a problem now. They have demanded such a demand which cannot be accepted by any government. And their demand is that they will not come out from that space without fulfilling this demand. Now, nobody is, they cannot come up, government cannot come up, and they cannot go back. So we should think about when we go to the street, against the government who is very insensitive to the demands of public. We should strategically go on that. So it is up to your intelligentsia. That is my personal view will be, we should go to the NPR in such a manner that every household, we can send a volunteer to every household, which requires, because none of them, our Ijaz Sahab has told that none of us here, we don't need NRC NPR for ourselves. Our name will be automatically included because we have passed metric. Once everyone has passed metric, we have birth certificates. Those who are born after 1969, they have a birth certificate. Then that is gone. So we are working for others so that we can do that. Then experience of Assam NRC with special reference to the role of Maulana Badruddin Ajmal MP, Lok Sabha, Jamiyat Ulama and others. The way forward, that you can do much better than what I have presented here, because I took this presentation thinking that there will be some junior advocates who I'm going to address on that line. So this gathering, this presentation is not suitable. So I'll skip this thing. Next. Skip that. This is the legal basis notification of that. Next. This is the legal basis. Tabadar will explain that how NRC and Rio linked with the act and rule that all advocates also know. That is not a problem. That is also recently Jogendar Jadhav, everybody has seen the video of Jogendar Jadhav, that what are the 5 steps involved there, that I skip for that. This audience is very enlightened audience, so we have to be there. This one, this I would like, even if you are enlightened enough, you should read all these documents, because these documents are very much important for going out. This Citizenship Act 1955, we have to read it once if we are dealing with that. We are dealing with Citizenship Act, and all its amendments must be read, copy must be brought out. That is a minimum necessity of self-preparation. Everyone whosoever attends there should read this. Then Passport Entry Act, these are 50, then these are 2-3 acts, we should read it. This is an important document, report of the Joint Parliamentary Committee on the Citizenship Amendment Bill 2016. Joint Parliamentary JPC report. This report is a very big report and gives the opinion of all the state governments of India. 470 memorandums have been submitted there. All those memorandums contents are there. So this is a very good document worth reading. This gives a for and against the technical aspects for the bill and against the bill. Whatever the arguments, whatever the arguments you will find in this report, all arguments have been placed in a very scientific manner in the report. Then this is an important report, Making Foreigner Report on the NRC Updation in Assam, the risk of mass statelessness. You will get it in Google it, you will find it. If you, or you can ask the organizers, I will give a copy to the organizers, they can share it with you in a WhatsApp group or whatever way. Then statelessness and marginalization in Assam, report of the public hearing in Assam, February 2019. 2 public hearings have happened in Assam with retired Supreme Court judge, other judges and etc. That what victims have been, victims in this hearing, the victims of Citizenship Act or tribunal, they went before the tribunal, this hearing panel of justice and human rights activities, and they prepared a report. This gives a good perspective of Assam in real sense you can use it. Then standard operating procedure of NRC Assam, Mr. Khaddam has explained there. Every step has given an operating procedure, and this every advocate has to know this very well, because this is other than law. Other than law, this law is newly prepared. So you have to relate it with the law, help the people, paralegal force creation, all those things. So this standard operating procedure, whenever it is coming. I missed one point there. I had prepared immediately because I love drawing room work. So I set up a website, nrchelpline.com, directly, immediately. Immediately I got a notice from NRC, not Home Ministry, that what hell you are doing, this your copyright violation notice I received. So I have uploaded many things there, and then I have to download. So you are advocates, you know how not to do copyright violations, and put up some materials in the website, small websites also. That also helpful. I got a notice and I have to take out my website from there. So this is also individually one can do. This does not cost much, 3,000 to 15,000, 20,000 rupees. Anyone can, in this gathering, can afford for the community. So these are the small things can be done. Then family tree format of Assam NRC. This is required because Mr. Khaddam has told you a point that NPR, this time this NPR will be filled out. NPR is a filled up format. They will come, they will collect only 6-7 new information, and even your address, name, everything is filled up there, 3-4. So you need to check that filled up information is correct. They are not going to ask you the filled up information, because the same person is doing NRC and NPR, same enumerator of a primary school teacher will visit you and will in a very friendly manner he will ask that no need to worry and anything, you give just this much information required. He will not tell because of time constraint or because of conspiracy, he will not tell the family that in 2015 you had given this information, whether do you stand by this information or not stand by this information. Here I want to caution one point. The caution point is that in Assam we have applied. So we have given documents by scrutiny with volunteers' help and etc. Here rest of the India application will not be there. NPR already is there. Everybody's name in the NPR is there. They are coming with a fact check, come additional information. So when you give an additional information or fact check, this time we need to be very sure that this document, whatever information you are giving, this information is backed by documentary evidence. Present time they will not ask for documentary evidence, but when after the at the scrutiny stage, when NRC preparation will start, that is a corollary process, organic linking is there. When NRC process will start, they will put arbitrarily D against some poor people, and they will not be able to sustain those claims, because the prior hand, if this family tree information is there for people, there is a lot of time is there. If we can have put paralegal or social worker team at different levels where they need educational level of help, that we can do it. So whatever information we are providing or they are asking, that information we should not give very casually that this is okay. And also this is important, we have seen some very educated people, ex-MLA of Assam, his name is not there in the NRC. In the NRC his name is there, he was my teacher also. It was because of his mistake only. He thought that he is the MLA, so first draft his name did not came, some technical reason. So he went to the DC and scolded the DC, the DM, that what nonsense, I am an MLA and my name is not there. So DC IS officer, they have their own ego. So he took it otherwise, okay sir, I will see that this is there. DC has nothing to do on that. Think this again, this is very crucial issue. This NPR and NRC is going by rule or law. No officer's influence or MLA's influence is going to work there. Only the rule going to work there. So the MLA, how he got his name, today his name is not there, he has to face tribunal. He scolded the DC and told that how I will see that what happens, submitted an application, and DC told, okay sir, he submitted the application to the DC. DC said that, okay, I will take care of this, I will look into this. So he said he had not reapplied for his, and ultimately then again he wrote back to the DC that DC said that the matter is under process. Simple reply, matter is under process, it is not yet come. He has written the letter to the NRC authority. NRC authority has to do nothing. At the booth level it has to be done. So this way, some educated people, another group of people are there, you will find. They will argue that what I am the original Indian, roots of Indian, I am Dravidian, who can do anything to me, I will not apply. There are some group of people like this, sir, and they are now suffering. I am the son of the soil, let whatever do. Now he can, what can he do? If he tries to purchase a piece of land, he cannot do that. He cannot get his daughter's name registered in so that is the happening. I am syndrome has to be gone. I am syndrome, let us go to the we syndrome, that let we face this thing. This is another point. Then media point. This is most crucial point of the media. Media is not there with us. But in Assam, we have found out media, good media. We got prepared a lot of materials, etc. Al Jazeera is there, Caravan is there, OER is there, print is there. If Times of India is not there, no problem. It has become such a way, the social media and media, we have done campaign the social media as a tool. The social media has compelled the media to come to us and write the counter version. Social media, you note it down, this social media is going to help us like anything. Social media has helped the media to come to us. The role played by media is very important, and media has done it. Social groups like Students' Union, Mr. Khaddam is the advisor of the Social Union. So Khaddam is the advisor, and All Assam Students' Union, they also played a very good role. Jamiat Ulama, different from Jamaat-e-Islami, everyone played the role. Even Tista Selwar of, you know the Tista Selwar, she had an organization, she placed their NGO there in the field, they had also worked. So all the organization, my point of all the organization is that how they participated different way, the organizations at their own capacity, even without backbiting others also, they worked. So this Jamiat backbited that Jamiat, but ultimately they did the work for the community. So even if nobody joins in the same platform, no issue at all. Let them work from any platform, but let them work. But one or two groups should be above ego, above anything, and catalyst everything. That is the thing. My time is over. Last slide, can you, next. This is victims are Muslims, next. Victims are Hindus too. There will be more victims. This is one of the strategy point I would like to tell, is that we should campaign in Hindu area also, that you are going to be in more trouble, I are coming to help you. So that will give a psychology. We must work in the Dalit area, very uneducated area, as a volunteerism. You are going to be in more trouble than us, because we are aware, we are small, we can manage our community well, and Assam has shown the way, no issue, no Muslim is going to be driven. Even if you are Hindu and you have nowhere to go, but you will be treated as infiltrators, and then only treated. So psychologically you are going to be down. So we will work in Hindu area also. We have worked in Hindu area in Assam also. Then next, this high cost of NRC, that is how many people are going to be dropped in NRC in India if it is done. 8 crore people will be dropped minimum. If Assam's case, 6% of Assam people dropped, in that calculation, 8 crore. Next. This is N. Ram, you can see next. He has given a favorable. This is Nobel laureate, Venkataraman Ramkishan, he is in favor. Next. This is one. Can state refuse to implement NPC? No, state cannot refuse. They can go to the Supreme Court only. Next. This is next, NCR, NPR, next. Does India then need NP and NRC? This IIT Guwahati, as far as they said that this is not required, but if it comes, we will follow. Next. Way forward, reaching to groups and communities irrespective of socio-political affiliations. Irrespective of IRDF, Congress, Janata Dal, anything. Creating capacities at all levels, creating and training paralegal force and community volunteers, developing harnessing and training materials, developing training materials in the form of audio, video, print. All type of training materials you need to prepare. Next, it is final, I think. Next, roll of I have took, next. Okay. One important thing, Dua and Jummah prayer. We have prayed across. All Jummah prayer we have told that let us pray. Everywhere, wherever there is a majlis of that, we pray that, hey Allah, escape from the NRC. So this is also an important point to be learned from Assam. हर जुम्मे में हमें दुआ किया कि हम अल्लाह में बचा रहे. Thank you.